Done. So don't be late, guys. Classes will be on Saturdays and Sundays. Weekends will be there. Saturday morning 7 to 9:30 and Saturday evening 7 to 9:30 and Sunday morning 7 to 9:30. Sunday evening 7 to 9:30. I'll give you 15 minutes break. Okay, 15 minutes break. So don't be late. Try to join at 7. There is a buffer time of 5 minutes. 7:05 exactly. I'm going to start it. So again at 7:10, if you came at 7:10, sir, I don't understand. Can you please repeat? I can't help you guys. Why? Because people are going to keep on joining like 7:10, 7:15. It's not a good thing. So if you are serious, you have to join by 7 or of course 1 to 2 minutes will be late for the connections and all. That's okay. Okay. 7:05 exactly it will start. That doesn't mean I'll start the class at 7:05. I'll start the class at 7 only, but try to join before 7:05. You have to be muted if you don't have any questions. You're always welcome. You can ask questions at any time, guys. It's not like that you should be muted and you have to ask your questions at the end of the class. Please be muted. Please be muted. Done. Okay. So you have to be in mute, guys. Okay. If you don't, Ravi Kumar, just now I muted you. Again, you just unmuted. Okay. Let me mute you. Right. So you have to be in mute, guys. If you don't have any questions, you have to be in mute. If you have any questions, you're always welcome. You can unmute at any time. Once your question is completed, immediately you have to be muted. Why? Because the same thing is going to be recorded, guys. So it will create some disturbance for recording videos and all. Okay. So if you don't have questions, you will be in mute, guys. If you have questions, then you can unmute at any time. You can ask the questions at any time. It's not like you have to ask the questions at the end of the class. Okay. Not like that. You can unmute and you can, once your question is completed, you can mute yourself. Right. So don't join with the device names. Like I see some of the names like iPhone, and you are going to join with your phones and all. Sometimes you are going to join with your phones. Okay. So it will be like this on display I can see the phone names, I cannot see your names. So always use your name. Don't use shortcuts and all, like if your name is something, and don't use ybk, sck, ksr. I can't understand why, because it's very important. Sometimes people are going to share the links and all, so other people are going to join. It will create some disturbances and all. Of course I can recognize everyone, but again it will take time, right? So it's an unnecessarily, it is going to create some disturbance. So don't join with the shortcuts of the names. Try to join, okay, with your name. Okay. If possible, complete name, or else let me know your name. Okay, I'm going to adjust accordingly. And don't join with your names, device names and all, iPhone and all. Again, if you are unable to rename, just let me know. I'm going to rename it. Okay. Fine. Use the same meeting link till further communication, guys. Use the same link. Even today evening also we are going to connect, right? So today evening use the same meeting link, and for the next 2 3 classes, for the next 2 3 days, use the same meeting link. Okay. So we'll update you in case if the link is changed. I'm going to update you all, guys. Okay. And at this moment, I don't create any WhatsApp groups and all, WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups. At this moment, I don't create any groups. So anything will be communicated personally in the WhatsApp only. Okay. And in case if I want to like broadcast any message, I'm going to update you in the WhatsApp, guys. Okay. As of now, there are no WhatsApp groups, no Telegram groups. Okay. So these are the basic thumb rules of the meetings, guys, classes. Okay. So please don't forget. And again, if you are joining from different device and all, just let me know. I'm going to update. Okay. Fine, guys. So before jumping into the classes, any questions? You can ask any questions, any doubts. Of course, before you ask the questions, okay, I'll explain everything about SQL Server. Today, we are not going to jump into the technical side. We'll just discuss what is SQL Server, where we are going to use the SQL Server and all. That's it. Mostly, how the classes will be, who is eligible, what type of preparation you have to do, what should be the requirements, what requirements, what are the prerequisites and all. So general things. We don't want to go into a technical side. Of course, from the next class onwards, we'll discuss the technical things and all. So this is the first class, right? You all people will have lot of doubts like, can I take this course? what in case, what next after taking this course, how to prepare for the jobs and all, how to apply for the jobs. You have almost 2.5 hours time is there, to at least 2 hours time is there. Whatever questions are there, just write it somewhere. Okay, and you can ask your questions at the end of the sessions, guys. Nothing to worry, especially these questions, these general questions and all. I'll why I said at the end of the session means I'll cover most of the things. Okay, so you can wait for the next 2 hour session. So still, if you have any questions, you can ask at the end of the session, guys. Fine. And nothing to worry about the notes, nothing to worry about the recordings. Everything will be recorded, notes will be provided. So please concentrate on the classes. Okay, please don't try to write somewhere and all, so your concentration will be on writing or typing and all. So nothing to worry, every class will be recorded and everything will be shared with you guys. So please concentrate on the class. Okay, fine. Right, before jumping into the class, any questions, any doubts we have? Any classes on weekdays? No, Monica. So this is a especially weekend batch. Okay, so no classes on weekdays. Only Saturdays and Sundays classes will be there. Any other questions, guys? Fine. Okay, so let's jump into the discussion. So we are all here today to discuss about the SQL Server. Okay, so what is the SQL Server? Where we are going to use the SQL Server? Once this course is completed, to which position you are able to apply, you are eligible, what is meant by DBA, what is his roles and responsibilities in the organization, what is his day-to-day activities in the organization, course duration, who can learn this course, how to practice, how to set up the lab, how I'm going to distribute the softwares and how to download the softwares. Meeting software, of course, you know, right? So we are going to use Zoom only throughout the course. Doubts and exercise, how to deal with those things. Speaker series, Azure SQL, we will discuss about that part later. Okay, fine. So what is SQL Server, guys? Can anyone tell me? No problem, guys. Guys, this is very important. I'm not like other trainer. I'm very serious about the interaction, guys. I don't like the class is calm and if I'm only talking, I don't like it, guys. So this course duration is 2 months. So after 2 months, you should be able to you should be able to understand the SQL DBA terminologies, technologies and all. You should be good in SQL DBA. Along with that, you should be good in confidence, guys. You should have some confidence. So this course is mainly for confidence. Okay, why? Because you people are going to try as an experienced people, as a professionals, not like a freshers, right? Once this course is completed, you will keep 3 years experience, 4 years experience, 5 years experience. So technically, whatever things you want, I'm going to teach it, no issues at all. But once you go to the interviews, okay, they will see your confidence, guys. In our group, some experienced people also there, Oracle DBS also there, 10 years, 15 years people also there in our batch now, currently. Okay, in our participants list, some Oracle DBS also there. So they know they are going to take the interviews for the people. So you can ask them. Mainly, they are going to look into your confidence, guys. Technically, you can speak anything, no issues at all. They don't stop you also, the interviews, but how confident you are. So that confidence will get in 2 ways. One is you have to practice daily. Second one is you have to be interacted. Okay, the classes should be interactive classes. It's not like a keep on talking, keep on talking. I don't like it. Just try to respond. If you can, unmute and respond to the answers. If you can't, just type your answers in the chat. But I need the interaction in either of these forms. Without interaction, guys, there is no use of the classes. This course mainly it is going to build confidence, personality, okay, and along with the subject, guys. So please be interactive, please try to open your mouth for the answers and all. Don't be shy, nothing to worry, okay. We are all friends only from today onwards. So I don't think you are shy with your friends and all, okay. So nothing to worry, guys. Please try to open your mouth, that is very important, okay. Tell me, guys, now what is SQL Server? Anything you can tell me, no issues at all. Anything, right or wrong, no problem.
It is
What
a
is it? Yes,
Yes, Shanmugam, SQL Server is a structure query language that is used to store the data of the enterprise level,
very good.
as per
Yes,
my knowledge.
yes, that's true. That's correct. Anything is fine. See, SQL Server is a database software. That answer also is fine. Exactly. Yeah, tell me, guys.
This is SQL Server. This is process the data, retrieve the data, store the data.
Very good, very good, very good. Next.
SQL Server is a RDBMS product.
Very good.
Okay, developed by Microsoft in the year of 1989. Okay, by using SQL Server, we are going to store the data and process the data and retrieve the data.
Very good, very good, very good. Super.
SQL
Next.
Server is a server where we can store the data.
Very good. Super. Next.
And the servers should be always up, sir. SQL servers or any other servers. If they are down, means customer will lose their many amounts, sir.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Next. And just 1 minute. Who is this iPhone? Please let me know your name. I'll rename it for you. iPhone.
Hi sir, this is Shivsai.
This is
Shivsai
Sai.
from
Okay.
Madhavaram, Kadapa.
That's okay.
Just now I'm
iPhone.
joining this.
No problem. So, someone joined with the name of iPhone. Please let me know your name. Okay, or type your name in the chat. I'm going to rename it for you.
It's me, Sirisha. My name is
Sirisha.
Sirisha.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
Let me rename it. Okay. Rename Sirisha. Okay, done. Fine, guys. Yes. And what about what are the other definitions for SQL Server?
SQL Server is just a language to deal with the database.
Okay. Okay, very good. Fine.
Well, it's a relational database management system.
Very good.
Purely deals with structured data only.
Okay, great, man. Great, thank you, Sam. Fine. So whatever we discussed till now, everything is true. Okay, everything. SQL Server is a database software. SQL Server is an RDBMS software. Nothing to worry. What is this RDBMS? I'll explain everything. SQL Server, okay, is a database software. We are going to use the SQL Server to store the data, to process the data, to retrieve the data. SQL Server is an RDBMS software, okay, which is going to use to store the data, to process the data, and to retrieve the data. So it's very important, right? So now we are using our phones, so we can store the data in our phones. Of course, we can process the data in our phones, and we can retrieve the data. So you are going to take the pictures and all, and whenever you want, you can see those pictures and videos and all, right? So listen, guys, database is very important in our day-to-day life also. Lot of things we are going to store, why? Because we can't remember all the things, right? So we should use the database. So this is very important, guys. So SQL Server, especially SQL Server, is an RDBMS software. RDBMS means Relational Database Management System. So what is this RDBMS? I'll explain. Okay, so which is going to use to store the data, to process the data, and to retrieve the data. This is the basic definition of the SQL Server. So what is SQL Server? What exactly it will do? You can came to know at the end of the course, guys. Okay, so as of now, Try to remember SQL Server is a database software. Okay, by using this software, we can store the data, we can process the data, and we can retrieve the data. So database software, database, I'm using one word called database. What is database? Database means it's a container where we are going to store the data. So only SQL Server is going to do all these things. Any other softwares are there?
Yes, sir.
So we have different type of database softwares, guys, in the market. Like how we are having iPhone, how we are having Samsung, how we are having Nokia, we are having Realme, something. We have different brands in the phones, right? Smartphones, right? In the same way, SQL Server is a database software. Agree. So like this, we have a lot of database softwares are there in the market. SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server is one software. Microsoft SQL Server that we are going to discuss. Like this, we have different softwares like Oracle, MySQL, NoSQL, MongoDB, Postgres, DB2. Earlier it was there, not sure whether it is there or no. Okay, so
Net is on them, sir. Net is on them.
correct. So we have a lot of database softwares, guys, in the market. So in our 22 or 23 participants, some people are using iPhone, some people are using Samsung, some people are using Realme, some people are using some other phones. Why? Because depends upon the feature, depends on the cost that you can bear. You are going to choose your phone, right? So not everyone will use iPhone, not everyone will use Realme. They are going to look into a lot of things before buying the phone. They will see the features, they will see the cost, they will see the pricing and all. Okay, so everything, and they will see the build quality, everything they will see, and finally they will choose one phone, one product, right? In the same way, out of these many database softwares, companies also will choose one or two database softwares, or depends upon the company if it's a product based or service based. Some companies might use, see, for example, TCS or Infosys or Accenture. These are all service based companies. Service based companies generally will work for the clients. They will have clients, 100 or 200 clients will be there, so they will work for the client. So one client might ask, I need SQL Server. One client might ask, I need Oracle. One application can support to MySQL. One application can support to NoSQL. So it depends upon the company, depends upon the product, depends upon the application. Depends upon the application, they are going to choose the database software. Either they will choose Microsoft SQL Server, or they will choose Oracle, or they will choose MySQL, or they will choose NoSQL. So it depends upon their prerequisites, it depends upon the conditions, it depends upon the support. So they are going to choose the software, guys, database software. So just now we used one word called application. Please be muted. Please be muted. If you don't have questions, please be muted. Then what is this application? Where we are going to use the software? What is the relation between application and database? So let me open one application, guys. Amazon. Regularly I'm going to use the same example in every batch. Amazon is one application. So listen carefully, guys. Every application, why it is taking time? Why, guys, can you hear me?
Yes, Amuk.
Okay. 1 minute. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, Flipkart is working fine. Amazon is not working. Oh, okay, fine. I'm so sorry. Okay, right. When you see here now on the screen, you can see the application, guys. So Amazon is one application. You're also using a lot of applications daily, right? So in your smartphone apps, we are going to call it as an app. App means application. So any application will do a specific requirement, guys. Say for example, you want to send money, you are going to use phone pay app or GPay app. You want to talk to your friends, you can use your WhatsApp. So application means which is going to fulfill one requirement, which is going to fulfill one requirement. That might be anything. So we will have two types of applications: internal applications, external applications, or public applications. So what is this public or external applications, guys? Anyone can access the application, like amazon.com, amazon.in, flipkart.com. Anyone can access this application. What is meant by internal application? Internal applications means only a limited people can access that application, like banking applications. If you go to the bank, once you give your passbook or once you fill that form, deposit form, okay, he is going to type your account number. So where he is going to type your account number? And he is going to see your photo, your signature, your account balance, and he is going to deposit some amount in your particular account, or he is going to debit the amount from your account. So where he is going to do all these things? They will have one internal application, guys. Only that bank people can access that application. It's not a public application. Not everyone can access that application. Only that bank people can access that application. Those are all called internal applications. We will have big applications, we will have small applications, we will have revenue generated applications, we will have like non-revenue generated applications. Lot of applications will be there. Application means it's an interface between you and the database. If you see here, okay, lot of things you can see, right? I want to buy this gold coin, 5 grams gold coin I want to buy. Now the cost is 29,000. Okay, I want to buy this gold coin. So which company it is offering? Like Bangalore Refinery, 24K. And what is the cost? 29,000. There are some offers also. Okay, 10% discount. And if you want, you can buy it. And when you are going to get this product? By Tuesday, 20th of December, I'm going to get it. Means in the next 10 days, I'm going to get it. And about the product, you can see lot of information. Listen carefully, guys. Okay. Application cannot store any data. Okay. When you open the application, you can see an interface, right? You can see an interface. This is just an interface. So this application cannot store any data, guys. This will act as a interface between you and the database. So when I click on this product, I am able to get this product information. From where I am get this product information, guys? From any database. I'm not saying SQL server. From a database. That might be a SQL server. That might be an Oracle. That might be a MySQL, Postgres, NoSQL. What are the database technologies are there? So those database technologies. Okay, maybe depends upon the Amazon. Okay, so depends upon their requirements. They are going to use one database, right? From that database, you are getting this product information. So if you see here in this diagram, this is an architecture, guys. We'll call this as an 3-tier architecture of an application. This is a 3-tier architecture of an application, guys. Any application will follow this 3-tier architecture. This is very important. So when I open the application, and when I click on the product, how I am able to open this product only? If I click on 5 grams gold coin, why I am able to open the 5 grams gold coin product information? Why not 2 grams? Why not 10 grams? How exactly I'm getting the 5 grams gold coin, guys, on the screen? If you click on this 2 grams gold coin, you are going to get 2 grams product information, that particular product information. How come? Means there is a difference in this click. There is a difference in this click. Means if you click here, there is a difference. If you click here, there is a difference. Even though you are doing a single click, this click meaning is different and this click meaning is different. What is the difference? That we are going to discuss. Again, I am saying application is an interface between user. User means those who are using that application. Application is an interface between a user and the database, guys. So when I click on this product, what will happen exactly? That you can understand by using this 3-tier architecture. So just now, instead of Amazon AMAZON, I just typed AMAZION. So I did not get that particular application, guys. Okay, I got an error called page cannot be displayed or URL not found. Okay. So when I click on any application name, we'll call it as a domain name. What is this, guys? A domain name. This is a domain name. We'll call this as a domain name. When I type the domain name, a correct domain name, if I type the correct domain name, I'm able to open the application. If I type the wrong domain name, I cannot open the application. So if you see here in this 3-tier architecture, this is your browser. In this browser, you are going to type www.amazon.in or amazon.com. When you typed that particular spelling, the domain name, first the request will goes to the web server. So in this 3-tier architecture, we will have 3 layers, guys: web server, application server, and database server. You can call it as 3 types of servers or 3 layers. So web server, what is the duty of the web server, guys? When I type www.amazon.com or .in, one request will goes to the web server, guys. What is this web server will do? This web server, guys, I know some of you are Oracle DBAs. I know this is very boring, but okay. Some of you, most of the people are from non-technical background. So yes, in our class, it's a kind of spoon feeding initially. Okay, I'll explain what is the data, what is the storage, what is a disk, what is an operating system, everything, even every computer terminology I'm going to explain, guys. Please, Oracle DBS, if you are feeling boring, okay, please don't mind. Okay, fine. So when I click on this amazon.in, when I type amazon.in, it will send a request to web server, guys. What is this web server will do generally? So in our phones, you can see if I want to call to daddy, you will go to contacts, you will search daddy, you will just select that contact, the call will goes to daddy. If I want to call to mommy or brother or sister or some other friends, Suresh, Ramesh. So when I just search for that name Ramesh, when you click on that name, automatically the call goes to that particular Ramesh, guys. Means you don't know the number of Ramesh, you don't know the number of Ramesh, you don't know the phone number, you cannot remember, right? So simply you are just selecting the name automatically in the back end. That name will associated with one phone number. So when you click on that Ramesh, that call is going to that particular phone number, right? In the same way, if Ramesh is calling you, you can see his number and you can see his name also. Imagine if you don't save the Ramesh name, you are going to get the Ramesh number, right? On the display, you can see Ramesh number. So here, what's happening, guys? The name is converted into number while calling, and while outgoing, and while incoming, the number is converted into name. In the same way, www.amazon.in will have one IP address. Flipkart.com will have one IP address. SBIcard.com will have one IP address. Like every application will have one IP address. How many applications? How many IP addresses you can remember, guys? It's very difficult, right? You cannot remember all the IP addresses. IP address means it's an address of the computer, guys. IP address is nothing but it's an address of the computer, like your door number, right? So if you want to open the Amazon.in website, you can either type the Amazon.in IP address or you can type the Amazon.in name also. So this web server will change the domain name into IP address into domain name. So when you type Amazon.in, so the request will goes to the web server that will take care of that IP address and naming convention and all. Then what web server will do, web server will send a request to the application server. On the application server, application services will be installed. So that application server will invoke and it will send you this interface, guys. You can see this interface, right? This is actually coming from the Amazon.in application servers, guys. This is actually coming from Amazon.in application servers. As I said earlier, applications cannot store the data. Application is just an interface. Okay, so how we can design this application? Who will design the applications? Developers. What language they will use to design the applications? Tell me any application, any language names.
HTML, CSS.
Very good. Very good. So these are all HTML, CSS, and what is that, guys? One more software. Django. So we have a lot of application languages are there. .NET, Java. So all these are like languages used to design this application interface, like HTML. Okay. So using those technologies, they are going to design the applications. Who are responsible for designing the applications, guys? Developers. Developers are going to design the application. Say for example, every day this banner will change, right? You can call this as a banner. So today it will show you some different offers. Tomorrow it will show you some different offers. So who will change these banners? Who will design these banners? Right? Developers. Okay, this has to come in this place. The cart has to come in this place. Account name has to come in this place. Name has to come this place. So like this, who is going to design? Okay, these products. When you open the home website, like home page, okay, this products has to come here. This product has to come here. So who is going to design all these things, guys? Developers will do that. They will have their own language. Using that language, they are going to design the application. They are only responsible for designing the application. They are not responsible for storing the data. Then if you see here, the request, for example, we just open the Amazon.in website and you just click on one product. The request will goes to the web server, and again web server will send that request to the application server. Why? Because it has to open the product details, right? So the request will goes to the application server, and finally the request application server will send that request to the database server. Application server will send that request to the database server. I told you, right? If you click on this product information will open. If you click on this product page will open. Means there is a difference in each click. What is the difference? The difference is, if you click here, one query will run on the database that will pull you 5 grams gold bar information. If you click here, another query will run on the database. When you run that query, okay, when you run that query, what will happen, guys? When you run that query, that particular, whenever you run query, output will come, right? So that output, that query will run on the database server, and that database will give you that output. And here you can see database server. When you click on any product, that particular query will send to the database server. Application server will send that query to the database server. Database server will run that query on the database. You will get the output, right? So that output, that return results, the database server will send that return results to the application server, and again application server will send the results to the web server, and web server finally will show you on your screen, guys. This is how an application will work. This is called three-tier architecture. Means whenever you click on any product in the application, first it will send request to web server, one action. Second, it will send request to application server, second action. Then it will send request to the database server, third action. Then query will execute on the database, fourth action. Then the database server will send the response to the application server, fifth action. And this application server will send data to the web server, sixth action. And finally, you can see on the screen, seventh action. Means for a single click, the background 7 actions are completed, guys. For a single click, imagine how quick they are. If you click on this product, immediately 7 actions are completed, and you can see the screen now. You can see the product information. When you click on this, it is sending to application web server to application server, application to database server, and database query is executing, and it is throwing the results, and the results will send to application, and application to web server to a browser. How much? Right? Fraction of milliseconds, right? If your internet is good, fraction of milliseconds you are going to get the output. Sir, why we have to discuss all these things? Do we need to learn all these things? Yes. Why means tomorrow once you got the job, you are going to work on the tickets and all. Okay, so tickets means any work item, we can call it as any work item, you can call it as a ticket. So someone will comes to you, hey, my application is not working, or when I am click on that product, I am unable to see that product information. What happened? Can you please check from the database side? Guys, how many servers are involved here? How many objects are involved in this three-tier architecture? Web servers, application servers, database servers. Okay, so in case if someone comes to you and hey, my application is not working, what should be your response, guys? What should be your answer? Tell them first, let me check. Check from the database side. If any issues are there, then you can start troubleshooting. If no issues are there, you should be in a position to answer them like, this is not, boss, this is not a database issue. Database side, everything is good. Might be an issue with the application server, or an issue with the web server, or an issue with the network, right? Network will play a key role, right? How they are communicating with each other. How browser is communicating with the web server, how web server is communicating with the application server, how application server is communicating with the database server, how they are communicating with each other, guys? Because of network. Imagine if I don't have internet, can I open Amazon.in? Please be muted. Please be muted. Yes, Joy. Very good. Select gold bar from table name where gold bar is equal to 5 grams. Very good. So this kind of query will run. I'll explain. Okay, fine. So network also will play a key role here, guys. Okay, so if I don't have internet, I cannot open this website. I cannot call to Amazon, hey, your website is down. I did lot of mistakes. Earlier, I just typed a wrong domain name. That's why my website is not working. Website is not opening. Or I don't have internet connection. That's why website is not opening. How can you ask Amazon support people, your website is not working? Lot of things involved in this website, right? Network has to be good. You have to type a correct name and all. Finally, even though you type correct name and even though you have like proper internet and all, if you can't open, yes, there is an issue with the Amazon application side. But generally, if anyone comes to you and if they are saying, hey, I can't open the application, there is some issue from the database side, can you please check? Why? Because generally people will claim database only every time. If they are unable to do anything, if they are unable to connect to the application, or if they are unable to do something on the applications, first of all, they will blame database only. No, something happened from database side. So they don't even check whether it is a database issue or an application issue or network issue. So lot of things will involve, guys. So don't worry at all. In case if someone comes to you and please check the database side, just check it. If everything is good from the database side, that's okay. Tell them, boss, this is not a database issue. This might be an issue with the other servers, application or web server or network issues and all. So you should be in a position to answer that users queries and all. Okay, so that's why you should know any application will work in this way only, guys. Okay, I told you, right, one query will run. So what kind of query will run, guys? I'll tell you what is this query and all. Generally select query will run. If you are pulling the information, means generally select query will run. So select gold bar from table name, from that particular table name, where gold bar, where weight is equal to 5 grams, or where some conditions will be there. Okay, our name will be there. So based on that name, so that query will run on the database, and that query will throw you the output and all. That output you can see on the screen, guys. Okay, so what query will run at this moment you don't need, guys. Later you can understand easily. Select queries, update queries, insert queries, delete queries and all. Of course, don't worry at all. We don't discuss coding part and all. Okay, so even I don't know the coding part. I'm having a basic information on the coding side. So DBAs generally don't need the programming, coding and all. It's good if you are interested to learn the coding, you will become an application DBA. Okay, if you are interested to learn the coding and all, if you want to learn the coding, you can learn it. I'll tell you what language you have to learn for SQL DBA. Okay, so if you want to learn both, you can learn it. That is called application DBA. Means you should be in a position to understand the logic, you should be in a position to write the queries and all, and you should be in a position to maintain the database and all. Generally DBAs are responsible to maintain the database. We don't write any queries and all. We don't write any queries, guys. So nothing to worry, coding and all won't be there. A single line queries will be there, like this select query. Okay, select star from table name, insert into, I want to insert some values into the table, insert into table name, values. Okay, some values you are going to give, or delete from table name, or update. So like this kind of single line queries will be there. Hardly 5 or 10 queries we are going to use, that I'm going to discuss. So nothing to worry, guys. Coding and all won't be there, and we don't discuss any coding part. Guys, any questions please till now? Any questions, any doubts you have? No questions?
No.
No question, sir.
Fine.
No.
Yeah. Fine, guys. So this is your database. So as I said, if Amazon is using SQL DBA here, if Amazon is using Microsoft SQL Server, so SQL DBAs are part of this team, DBA team. If Amazon is using Postgres or MySQL or NoSQL or MemSQL, whatever it is, so depends upon the database technology. So out of 100 applications, okay, 40 to 50 applications, guys, why this Microsoft SQL Server is so famous? We have a lot of database softwares are there, right? Why Microsoft SQL Server? So according to Gartner report, Gartner, okay, so generally this will rate the software products, Gartner. Okay, according to Gartner report, Microsoft SQL Server is the top database software, guys. Microsoft SQL Server is a top database software. It's on top in the database softwares, like in the smartphones, how iPhone is top. In the same way, in the database softwares, Microsoft SQL Server is on top, guys, according to the Gartner reports. So I can say, like, out of 100 applications, mostly means maximum people will use Microsoft SQL Server. Then next place comes to Oracle, guys. At this till now, I don't know next what in the future, but Microsoft SQL Server occupies major share in the database industry. So who invented this product, Microsoft SQL Server? Who invented this software, guys? Who is the
Microsoft.
vendor? We'll call it as a vendor. Who is the vendor for this SQL Server software?
Sybase.
SQL Server, the name SQL Server. Okay,
Microsoft.
Yeah, structured, structured query language. SQL means what, guys? Structured query language. SQL Server is a database. We'll talk to this database using one language called SQL language. Guys, mostly like in database softwares, if you want to talk to any database softwares, we have to use one language. Like how we are communicating in English, like we are all communicating in English, right? You're asking questions in English and I'm explaining in English. So how we are communicating in English, in the same way we have to communicate to the database using this language. What is that language? Structured query language. So in India we have a lot of languages, right? In India we have a lot of languages. Don't know, 6,000 languages are there, not sure exactly. But who is the mother of all the languages, guys? Mother of all the languages, especially Indian languages. Sanskrit, right? Sanskrit or some other language. Sanskrit mostly. So from Sanskrit only Hindi and Tamil, Telugu, everything came, guys, from Sanskrit only. In the same way, SQL is a language to talk to the databases. If you want to talk to the Microsoft SQL Server, you have to use T-SQL, Transact SQL. What is this T, guys? Transact SQL. Like SQL is a Sanskrit kind of language. It's a Sanskrit kind of language. Based on this language, we have a lot of languages, right? So SQL is a language. Of course, to talk to any database softwares, we'll use SQL language only. But if you want to talk to Microsoft SQL Server, we'll use T-SQL. Means slight difference will be there. If you want to talk to Oracle, means you are going to use PLSQL or else SQLite. So like this, we have different types of different versions, I can say, different different flavors. Different flavors are there in SQL language. So we are going to use, we means a SQL DBAs are going to use T-SQL. We are going to use one language called T-SQL. So using the T-SQL language, we are able to communicate with the Microsoft SQL Server. Yes, this product was invented by Microsoft, but not exactly. Microsoft bought the logic from the Sybase. Actually, SQL was developed by Sybase, guys. Up to 1980s, Microsoft was on top in the operating systems, guys. Okay. So in 1980s, Microsoft decided to come into the database sector. Okay. Then by that time, lot of database softwares are there in the market. Sybase, DB, IBM, DB2. So a lot of database softwares are there. So what Microsoft did is, so Microsoft had an agreement with a Sybase. Okay, give this database to us. We are going to develop. So Microsoft bought the logic from the Sybase. From then onwards, Microsoft developed this Microsoft SQL Server DBA, Microsoft SQL Server. What is this DBA, DBA, DBA? DBA means database administrator. So DBA means a database administrator. Who is going to maintain the database is a DBA. That work is called database administration. DBA, database administrator, will maintain the databases. So you are a DBA, correct? But you are a Microsoft SQL Server DBA. Anyone who is maintaining the databases, they are all called as a DBAs. You are a SQL DBA. Oracle people also maintaining Oracle servers, right? They are Oracle DBAs, MySQL DBAs, NoSQL DBAs, Mongo DBAs. So DBA is a common word. Who is going to maintain the databases? If you are maintaining Microsoft SQL Server, you are Microsoft SQL Server DBA. So don't apply for all DBA jobs. Generally, this kind of what I can say, the people will think like DBA means only SQL DBA. They will apply for all the DBA jobs in the Naukri. No. DBA means database administrator. So don't know in the requirement what is their requirement in the job description. You can see whether they need SQL Server or they need a Microsoft, or they need a Oracle or MySQL. So DBA means all are DBAs only. But if you are using Microsoft SQL Server, you are a SQL DBA, guys. Okay. Clear? Any questions, any doubts?
I have a quick question, Sean.
Yes,
So
please.
I just looked through some requirement in Indeed and others job posting sites.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of jobs on SQL developers also. So
Yes,
that is a different than it looks like the company could have several developers. It could have like one or two DBA. So
agreed.
there's a more requirements for those, right?
Very good. Yes, correct. So here, so database side generally, guys, this is a good question. Okay, so database side generally, we don't have hundreds of people in any organization, guys. Hardly 10 or 15. But developers, 50, 60, 70 developers and all will be there. So this is a question, guys, interview question. They will ask you what is your team size. Of course, I'll explain at the end of the course. There is a general discussion at the end of the course. Okay, so I'll tell you. But again, so generally, any company, any project, generally very less DBA team will be there. Less people will be there in the DBA team. Hardly if it is a big project and all, hardly 15 DBAs, or if it is a small project, less than 10 DBAs will be there. Okay, so don't tell 100 DBAs and all in the interview, guys. Okay, tell them what is your team size. They will ask you, especially in the Indian interviews. So tell them like we are a team of 8 people or 10 people or 12 people. Don't tell 40 people, 50 people and all. Okay, so this is very important, guys. So developers, their requirement is completely different. They are going to develop lot of applications. They might work on a single application, they might work on multiple applications. Okay, so DBA's work is simple when compared to developers. Okay, and mostly we will have a GUI based softwares only. So our work, what DBA will do generally, I'll explain what DBA will do, what DBA activities and all I'll explain. But generally, when compared to developers, DBAs will have less work, and mostly why? Because nowadays most of the things are automated. So because of that also the DBA team size is decreasing, guys. Okay, but don't expect like depends on developers. Like if 30 developers are there, 30 DBAs will be there. No, any company, any project, generally DBA team size is very less. Okay, hardly 7, 8 or 9 or 10 people. If it is very small project and all, 2, 3 DBAs only will be there. Sometimes you don't even believe 1 DBA is enough to maintain the whole databases. All the data, all means might be 10 or depends upon the servers you are managing. If you are having 10, 20 servers, 1 DBA is enough. 1 DBA can manage 10, 20 servers easily. And again, this is also an important question in the interview. They will ask you how many servers you are managing. Okay, in your organization, in your project, how many servers are there? So what to answer? Okay, so generally you can answer anything between 500, 600 and all. Don't tell 1000, 2000. Of course, you can tell there are some projects where thousands of servers are there. I support 7500 servers, guys. My team will support 7500 servers. Yes, there are some projects we have thousands of servers, but they don't believe you if you said like we are having 2000 servers, 3000 servers. They don't believe you. Tell them in a proportionate way. Like tell them how many servers are there? 20 servers. Yes, some projects 20 servers also will be there. What is the team size? 10 people. So how come 10 people can manage 20 servers, guys? Can you believe? Team size is very big and you are having servers of 20. So for 20 servers, why we need 10 people? There is no proper answer. Definitely you can came to know that you are a fake guy. So your answer should be spontaneous. Why? Because if they ask your name, you cannot take time, right? In the same way, how many servers are there? You cannot take time. If you take time, okay, this guy is not a real-time DBA. How many what is your team size? You can't take time. If you take time means, see, rosters will be there. We are going to communicate with our friends daily. If you don't know what is your team size, that's it. Even though technically you are very good, if you don't know that this answer, they will treat you as a fake guy. So this is very important. So what to answer, how to answer, all these things will be discussed. But generally DBA team size is very less, Sam. Okay, why? Because the requirements are less. So they can manage, people can manage, less people, less team can manage the servers. So not an issue. But application side, lot of logics will be there, lot of codings will be there. testing will be there, quality will be there. So lot of things are involved, right? So that's why general application team is big when compared to DB team. Okay, fine, Sam. Right. Any other questions, guys?
Sir, one small doubt, sir. I am working for TCS project, support role for DBA. There is an Oracle team, sir. It contains around 30 members, I think. But they are managing some 1,000 servers, sir. Is it possible?
Again, I'm saying depends upon the project requirements. I'm saying like, I'm not saying 30 people will not be there in a team. Yes, depends upon the requirement, depends upon the client requirements and all. If there is a need, definitely, okay, team size is big. If people can manage with less people, if the work can manage with the less people, then yes, less people will be there. And depends upon the project, sometimes 30 people or 40 people also will be there. And again, you cannot like think in a way that all 30 people will work on the operations side. In teams also will have different team, like operations team, engineering team. So engineering team are going to build the servers and all. Okay, these things and all will be done by engineering team. Operations teams will work on regular activities like BAU, business as usual activities like incidents, tickets and all. They are going to work. So
Yes, sir.
not sure what is their requirement. So yes, there might be possible that 30 people team will be there also.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I just supported one company, so that is having 100 DBAs.
Okay.
Why 100 DBAs? Why? Because they are supporting lot of products, right? Each product is having like 10 DBAs, 20 DBAs, 10 DBAs, 20 DBAs. So it's a kind of a shared model. So 5 DBAs team will be the 5 DBA teams will be there. Each team will having like 20 people. These 20 people are going to support a group of applications, some 5 or 10 applications. Another 20 people will support some group of applications. Yes, team size will be there, but you can't see the overall team.
Yes, sir.
You have to see what work they are handling, how many servers they are handling. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Any other questions, guys? No questions? Done. So what you can do, take the break, guys. Okay. So what is the time now? 8:10, right? Almost 8:10. So come back at 8:25. We'll discuss about the DBA duties, roles and responsibilities of the DBA, what he is going to do. Okay. So what is your work once you deployed in the project? What is your work? What things you have to work? What and all things you are going to take care of it? All these things will be discussed. Okay. Come back at 8:25, guys. So for US people, it will be 12 minutes, 15 minutes. Come back after 17 minutes, guys. US people, come back after 17 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I'll be in mute. Okay. Fine. Any questions? Any doubts so far?
No.
No questions. Okay. Fine, guys. Okay. So, as I said earlier, database is a software which is going to use to store the data, to process the data, and to retrieve the data. Data. What is this data? What is meant by data? What is meant by data?
Data is the information which is present in tabular form.
Okay, fine. That's good. So data can be anything, guys. Data can be anything. We can say it as an information. Data can be anything. Actually, there is a slight difference between data and information. So data can be anything. Okay. So data can be some text, data can be some photos, data can be videos, some data can be any content. So anything data can be. So data generally will be in raw format. Data generally it will be in raw format like this. Now you can see on the screen, right? 10,000 Mahesh, IT Karepuram ABC Apartments. What it means? Can you understand anything using these values or whatever text here? Can you understand anything here? What is this 10,000? What is this like? Mahesh means name. Okay, so you can see different like text is there. So what is the meaning of this text? So data can be anything which is in raw format. Data generally will be in raw format, guys. You don't understand anything. Generally, you don't understand anything using this raw data. So what is information? Information means a processed data. Information means a processed data. You can call it as a information. So what is this process? Process means anything that gives you the meaning. So you don't understand anything using these values, right? Let me add some attributes to this. I just added some attributes. I just gave one meaning to this. Okay, earlier this is the format of the data. Now I processed this data. How I processed? By adding some attributes. What attributes we added? These are the attributes. I just gave one attribute called employee ID and I just gave one attribute called employee name. Then earlier you don't know what is this IT. Now I just added one attribute called department. Now you can came to know like, okay, IT is a department. Earlier you don't know what is this ABC Apartments Karepuram. Okay, Karepuram is a location in Bangalore generally. So now I just added one attribute called address. Address ABC Apartments Karepuram. Earlier you don't know what is this 10,000. I just added a meaning for the 10,000. What is that meaning? Salary. That 10,000 is a salary. So this is an information, guys. This is a information. So if you process the data, it will be converted into information. What is this processing? Processing can be anything. Processing can be adding attributes to that particular data, adding meaning to that particular data. So here the processing means I just gave some column names. Then you can came to know, okay, this is an employee record, especially this is a Mahesh record. So in the database, so now we are using a database, right, to store the data under. Before the database, what we have, guys, to store the data? Before the database, in which storage we are going to store the data? Like in which format we are going to store the data? Earlier,
Files.
right? Files, notepads, workbooks. We have this kind of things, right? Excel sheets. Excel sheet is an excellent database, guys. Using Excel sheet, you can store the data, you can process the data, right? You know the meaning of like you know the power of Excel sheet. Lot of things you can do in the Excel sheet. It's an excellent database software by Microsoft. You can process the data, guys. You can add the data, you can add the values, you can subtract the values, lot of things. And you can generate reports. You can analyze the data using Excel sheet. You can analyze the data. It's an excellent Excel database software come reporting software, guys. Excellent. It's an excellent database software. Before Excel sheets, we have this word pads, notepads, right? Before that, what we have? Before word and notepads, what we have? We use it to earlier. We use it to store the data in the papers and all, right? In the papers. Then before papers, we used to store the data. Where we use it to store the data is? Before papers. We don't have papers, means papers came, I guess.
Stone thread.
Correct. Okay, in the 1600 and all, 16 or 1700, don't know when paper came into the picture. But before papers, we used to store the data on the stones, right? Stone Age.
Yes.
Normally on the stones and all, we used to store the data. So this is a transformation. So we used to store the data on paper, stones, and then we have some leaves kind of thing. We used to store the data on leaves, and then papers came into this picture, and then cloth on the cloth also we used to store the data. Then softwares came. Then we used to use this notepads. what is that, word pads and all, word documents and all, then Excel sheets, then databases. So now we are storing the data. We are using databases to store the data. Fine. So okay, we are storing the data in the databases. Fine, agreed. So in what format we are storing the data? In what format we are storing the data?
Tabular format, sir.
Correct. So in any database softwares, data will be stored in the form of tables, guys. In any database softwares, data will be stored in the form of table. What is this table? Table means that one, not 2 1 ja 2, 2 2 ja 4, not that table. Table means it's
Combination
a
of rows
format.
Combination of rows and
Rows and
columns.
columns.
Very good. Okay, it's a combination or collection of rows and columns. It's a collection of, table means it's a collection of rows and columns. Okay, rows and columns. Let me show you one table, guys. Okay, let me show you one table. Yeah, here you can see this is also a raw data. Okay, so if you see here, you don't understand anything, right? So generally if you see here, I am just cutting this, only these numbers. So now tell me, guys, what is this 51 77 58 82? So you don't understand anything. What is this 51? You don't know what is this 77 also. Okay, so you don't understand anything using these numbers. Now I just processed these numbers, means I just added a meaning to this number. What is the meaning? I just gave one context, right? These are the scores achieved by the students, means these are the marks achieved by the students, guys. 51 77 58 82. So I just added the context. What is that context, guys? These are the marks. I gave a context to these numbers. What is that? Marks. These are the marks achieved by students. Okay, fine. Once you know that these are the marks, definitely your mind will calculate, right? Who got highest marks, who got lowest marks, like what is the average mark of the students, and who is below average, who is above average, like that is processing. So once you added the context, once you process the data, so that it will convert into information. So database softwares will help you to store the data, to process the data, and to retrieve the data, right? So whenever you want, you are able to retrieve. See, for example, now I am using Amazon, so don't know who buys which product and all. Whenever that customer wants, you should be able to pull that particular information, right? If I am unable to retrieve the data, what is the use of storing terabytes of data, right? If I clicked on this product, I should be able to see the product information and all. If I am unable to retrieve it, what is the use of storing that much of data, terabytes and terabytes of data? So you should be able to retrieve the data. So how the data will be stored in the form of tables, right? Okay, just a minute. Where is the table? So you want sample table. Yeah, this is the table. So what is a table? The data is an RDBMS software is stored in the database objects. The data in RDBMS is stored in the form of database objects, which are called tables. These tables are basically collection of related data entries. Table is a collection of related data entries, means this is an employee table, right? Here employees information only should be there. Again, you cannot see a Ramesh, Kilan, Kaushik and potatoes. What it means? It's not related data, right? Potatoes, what is that, capsicum? You cannot see that kind of information. It should be a related data, right? So data entries, and it consists of numerous columns and rows. It consists of numerous columns and rows. Remember, a table is the most common and simplest form of a data storage in a relational database. So RDBMS means what? Relational Database Management System. So what is this relational database management system, guys? Before RDBMS, where is that RDBMS? Screen. Yes. RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. RDBMS is the basis for SQL and for all modern database system. See, when they found the database, okay, how come they know we can store the data in the form of tables, guys? Database don't tell to that developers, right? Hey, please use tabular format. Now, so-called databases, they didn't come at night, right? In a single night, the databases are not generated, right? So after lot of inventions, only, okay, database is a proper, okay, structure or container that used to store the data. In the future, don't know in what format we are going to store it, but like how the transformation goes from Stone Age to the software is, in the same way, when they invented the database software, they used to store the data in different formats, guys. In different formats they used to store the data, like a tree structure format, bus structure format, like in different ways they used to store the data. And what happened, the data is increasing day by day. We are unable to, like, we can store the data in Excel sheet also, but why we are not using Excel sheet to pull and do retrieve the data? Why? Because that is not sufficient for our requirements. Earlier, we used to use 256 KB phones, then 512 MB, then 1 GB phones came into the market, then 8 GB phones came into the market, then 16 GB, then 32 GB, 64 GB, now 128 GB and 256 GB phones also there, and 1 TB phones also there. Why? Because we are the same person who used 512 KB phones. Now we are the same persons who we are using now 128 GB to 56 GB phones. Why? That much of data you are generating day by day, day by day, day by day. You can, earlier we used to store the data in different formats. Before tabular format, we used to store the data in different formats. But the problem is, you should be in a position to retrieve the data quickly. Using other formats, you are unable to retrieve the data quickly. Tabular format is one format which will help you to retrieve the data quickly, guys. That they came to know a lot of inventions and all. So even though it is a Oracle server, even though it is a MySQL or NoSQL, any database softwares, all these database softwares will follow one rule called DBMS rule. Database Management System. DBMS, Database Management System. As per this system, the data has to be stored in the form of tables. Then only we can store more data and we can retrieve the data quickly. Right? So what is this R? R stands for relational. Who is father of database management system, guys? Who is father of database? Can anyone tell me? Who is the father of database?
This is code.
Yeah, Professor E.F. Codd. Okay, Professor E.F. Codd is the father of DBMS. He then, okay, good, you are storing the data in the form of tables. Very good. But instead of a single table, what happened, guys? So for example, imagine one student table is there. Okay, imagine one student table is there. Student table means what and all columns? Tell me any columns for student table, guys. What columns? So for example, you are running a institute. What columns you are, what information you are going to track from the students? Tell me.
Roll number.
Roll number, very good.
Student name.
Student name. No, very good. Next.
Date of
Marks.
joining.
Joining, DOJ.
Mobile number.
Mobile number, very good.
Address of communication.
Address, very good.
Department.
Department, very good.
Fees,
Very
course
good.
fees.
Yeah, for course fee, this is very important column. I like it.
Mm,
Yeah, next.
Address.
Student
Address. Next.
student ID will be there.
Student ID, roll number. It will comes under roll number. Marks, can we track marks?
Marks, yes, sir, we can.
Marks. Remarks, can we track remarks?
Yes, sir.
Right, what is his position and all, right? Remarks. Next. Father name.
Yes, sir.
Father name. Mother name. Emergency contact number. So for example, if you are not going to the school and you are going to the movie with your girlfriend and all, we have to track, right? Okay, so emergency contact number, right? So lot of things, lot if you can keep on adding the details and all, like subject means again in maths, science, social, how many marks you got, like this we can keep on tracking. So what will happen, the table size will increase, guys. Agreed? The table size will keep on increase if you are keep on tracking extra details and all, which is not good. Why? Because if the table size is increasing by loading the table in the memory, means while retrieving the data, the whole table has to be loaded in the memory. Memory means, I'll explain, guys, RAM. Okay, that whole table has to be loaded in the memory. In that case, if the table is very big, it will take lot of time to load, right? Means it will take lot of time to retrieve the data, right? If the table is very big. Agreed or not? So what EF card proposed, okay, you are storing the data in the form of tables. That's good. Do one thing. Don't create a big table. Create small tables and develop relationship between those tables. Say for example now, okay, I'll create 3 tables. Student details. Okay, so roll number, name, class, date of joining. That's it. These 4 columns will be one table, guys. Next, marks table. What I will go to do? Science, social and Hindi or English. Okay, so like this, right? This is marks table. And one more table I'll create. Fee details. Okay, roll number again, roll number. Here also I have to add one column called roll number. Okay, roll number, first term, okay, second term, right, third term, like this. So here we can increase the security, right? If the whole table is one table, we cannot control the security. Everyone can see all the details, everyone can see the fees and all. I don't want to, like, for example, imagine this is an employee table, guys. Everyone can see your salary, right? Which is not good, which I don't like. So I just, from the main table, I just created 3 tables or 4 tables or multiple tables. All the tables will have a relationship. How they are going to maintain relationship? Using one common column called roll number. In this example, using one common column. So next time you can give permissions only on student details. You can give permissions only on marks and all. You can give permissions to the fee details and all only to the financial department, right? Not to everyone. These are small tables, will be loaded inside the memory easily, quickly, and security can be enhanced using these small tables and all, right? And it's very simple to maintain. Means you are creating a relationship between the tables, that is called RDBMS. In DBMS, data will be stored in the form of tables. In RDBMS also in the form of tables only, but relationship will be there, or common column will be there. Using that common column, we are going to maintain the relationship. Clear, guys? Is it clear? Any questions, any doubts here? So in the RDBMS, we'll store the tables in the form, we'll store the data in the form of tables. Table is nothing but collection of rows and columns, collection of related data entries, collection of fields and records. Okay. Column means what? In a horizontal entity is called a column. Okay. A horizontal entity is called a column. Sorry. This is a column. This is one column. This is in a horizontal entity. So what is meant by record? A vertical entity is called a record. This is a record, guys. A horizontal entity is a column. A vertical entity is a record. You can see here. Record. A record is also called as a row of a data. Record or row, both are same, guys. Record or row, both are same. Is each individual entry that exists in a table. For example, there are 7 records in the customers table. This one, employee table. 7 records are there. Each entry is one record. This is one record, this is one record, this is one record. Like that I have 7 record. Column means this is a record actually. Okay. Horizontal entity. Record or row. Column, 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 column. Where is column, column? Where is the column, guys? Okay. This is a column. Column or field, both are same. A column is a vertical entity in a table that contains all the information associated. Guys, can we know the complete information using a column, a single column? Using a single column, can we know the complete information of that particular employee or student?
No.
No, right? A specific
No.
information. Column will give you a specific information. Address means only address information you can see. But record will give you the complete information. If you see the record, see here, Ramesh, 32 age, from Ahmedabad, 2000 is his salary. Right? Using record, you can see all the details of an employee of a record, but using column, you can see only a specific details. So table is a collection of related data entries. Table is a collection of rows and columns. Clear, guys? Are we
Yes, sir.
good? Any
Yes, sir.
questions, any doubts till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now let's jump into this DBA activities. What DBA will do? Who is DBA, guys? What is the abbreviation for DBA?
Database administrator.
Database administrator.
Very good. Okay, what DBA will do generally, he is responsible for installing and maintaining and configuring the SQL servers. I told you that SQL server is a software, is a product. So software means you have to install, right? Someone has to install that software, right? Who is going to install? A SQL DBA will install. DBA is responsible to install the software, to maintain whether it is up and running or not, any issues are there, and to configure some settings and all we have to configure, right? So SQL DBA is going to install the SQL. Once you became a DBA, you are able to do all these things in the organization, guys. You are responsible, your roles and responsibilities you can see. Okay, you are able to install, maintain and configure the SQL servers. Creating logins and giving permissions. As I said earlier, if you are maintaining tables like this, not everyone can access all the tables, right? Some people can access only this table, some people can access only this table, some departments has to access only this table. Means you are maintaining security, right? Who is going to maintain that security? Who is going to give access on the specific tables and all? DBA. So DBA is responsible to create the accounts, and he is also responsible to give the permissions. Who needs what kind of permissions? The DBA will take care of it. They will tell us, the application team will tell us, hey, this person, I need a read access. Okay, chalo. As a DBS, we have to give read access on that specific table or database. That is our duty. Backup. Safety is this is security, guys. This is security. This is safety. Safety is very important, right? Safety is very, very important. Why? Because in the next minute, what will happen? We don't know. Some natural calamities, some fire accidents, or machine might corrupt, machine may be down, or server might be down, network might be down, database might be corrupted, someone accidentally delete the database. Don't know what will happen the next minute, next second. So it's always important to maintain the safety. How you can maintain the safety of the data? By creating extra copy. What is that extra copy called? Backups. We are taking backups, right? Every day, every night at 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock, our WhatsApp is going to backup of all our messages and all, right? It will take the backup of all the messages. If you change the phone, if you use the same email ID that you registered with your old device, then you are going to get all your old messages. How come? WhatsApp is taking regular backups on your messages. At 2 o'clock, a job will run on the WhatsApp servers. It will take the backup of everyone's messages, guys. Backups are very important. If something goes wrong, we should have backups to recover the data, guys. So as a DBA, we are responsible to take the backups and all. And creating and scheduling the jobs and maintenance plans, guys. Okay, so these are kind of a maintenance activities. So I said at every night 2 a.m. WhatsApp is going to take the backup. Who is going to
Yes,
take the
yes,
backup?
yes.
That Mark Zuckerberg will woke up at 2 o'clock and is going to take the backup of all of our messages? No, right? Some jobs, automation will be there. The DBAs of WhatsApp, they are going to create automation. They will create one job. The job will run at 2 o'clock, which will, what is the job duty? It has to take the backup of all the messages. Okay, that is called a job. Job means a predefined text which will run in a scheduled time. Okay, a predefined text or script which will run at a scheduled time is called a job, guys. And of course, database refresh tasks. What is this database refresh tasks? I'll tell you guys. Just a simple way. We are not touching the technical things, guys, but yes, you should understand these things. In the organization, we will have different environments. The organization will have different environments. Why we will have different environments? What kind of environments will we have? Generally, we'll have prod. This is a prod. Prod means production. People will call it as a proud. Proud. It's not proud, it's a prod. Okay? Prod. Why I'm saying this means you're an experience, you will become an experienced DBA after this course. In the interviews, if you are using a wrong terminology, they will came to know that you don't have experience. Some of my students, they are going to they miss a lot of interviews because of the terminologies. For prod, they will call it as a proud. For session, they will call it as a season. Yes, I agree. Pronunciations are different from country to country, but yes, who is taking the interview, based on that your pronunciation should be there. Okay, so it's a prod environment and non-prod environment. So prod, non-prod, why we will have these two environments, guys? So we are all affected with the COVID, right? So COVID came, then a lot of lives are like became worst. Then what happened? The doctors, scientists are like they worked for the vaccination and also once they found the once they found that formula, did they apply the formula directly on the humans? No, right?
No.
No, they will have some testing, right? First they will apply it on some germs and all, then they will apply it on animals, then they will go for what is that? What is the terminology, guys? In the medical history, we'll call it human tests. Something will be there. Human trials. So human trials. So then they will select some group of people like children, middle-aged, youth, and then old age. They will collect group of people and they are going to like give the vaccination to them and they will verify. Okay, 1 or 2 months they will verify the side effects and all. They will monitor the side effects and all. If any side effects are there, they are going to fix those side effects and all. Then finally they are going to introduce that vaccination to the public. Means testing this and all. This is a testing, guys. Someone wants to change the banner of this Amazon website, so it's not like they'll straight away come and they will. Why? Because throughout the world people can see this banner, or throughout the India people can see this banner. Now if someone directly comes and directly change this banner, don't know how the software will behave, right? So this is a production environment, guys. The one which you can see now, this is a production environment. This is actually coming from production servers. The live servers, we can call it as a live servers. But if they want to change this banner, they don't directly change it on the production servers. What they will do? Someone is doing kitch on my screen. Who is that?
By mistake time, sir. I thought.
Okay, let me delete that one and not clear all drawings. Okay, done. Okay, fine. So if you want to change it, you cannot change on the live servers, guys. It don't know what is the impact of your change. So we will have non-prod servers. Non-prod servers are going to like, it's a kind of a testing. Okay, tomorrow you want to introduce this banner. Chalo, first test it on the test servers. Right? Then, okay, everything is going as expected. Okay, fine. Then let's introduce this change on the production servers. So like this, they are going to introduce the changes, guys. In the same way in database also, if you want to execute something, but we don't execute on the live environment, we don't know the impact, right? We don't know the impact of the vaccination if directly they gave it to the public. So testing is very important, right, for everything. So they are going to do testing on all these non-prod environments. So we will have stage environment, test environment, dev environment, QA environment, UAT environment. UAT means user acceptance test. QA means quality analysis. Dev environment, test environment, all are non-prod environments. So on these non-prod environments, first developers or DBAs, they are going to test their actions and all. If it is good, if they are working as expected, then they will introduce it on prod. If he face any challenges and all, he will fix it. Again, he will run it on the non-prod servers, and if it is good, then only he will apply it on the prod servers. Okay, so this is called two like environment, prod environment, non-prod environments. So what is this database refresh, guys? Generally your database, live database, people, right? People, I am going to use this website. This is a prod server. If I want to buy something, I can buy, right? I want to buy this one. Okay, so I want to buy this bed. Okay, so now I am going to give the details. Hey, where is the bed, man? Okay, chalo, now I changed my mind. I just want to buy this one. Okay, so now I want to buy this one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the buy now button. So once I clicked on that buy now button, what I'm going to do, I'll give my details, my credit card details, my address details. Okay, so all these things I'm going to select, and then I am going to buy it. I'm using this application. This is the live data from where the data is generating, guys. People will have this question, sir, from where the data will come. Now itself you can see, right? I am buying this data, I am buying this item, means I am giving my data, right? If people are using the application, they are going to like generate the data. That data will be inserted into the database at the end of the day. So from where data will come, guys? From application, data will come into the databases. Either users are going to use it like now what I am doing now, or developers are going to insert the data, guys. So this is a live application, right? I'm able to connect to the live application and I'm giving the data. I'm inserting some data. Like of course when I click on buy now, of course when I click on cart, and if I'm going to click on buy now, they are going to like ask lot of details, and finally I'm going to place the order. Then lot of information is going to be inserted from my side. Lot of information is going to be inserted into the database, right? Fine. In the same way, data also will be generated from the application and it will be inserted into the database. This is a live example, guys. Perfect live example. But non-prod servers, non-prod applications, who will use? No one will use, right? How the data will goes to non-prod applications then? How the data will goes to non-prod applications? Where is this? How the data will goes to stage? Who is going to use stage application? Who is going to use test application? But developers are going to test their logics on the real-time data. On the non-prod servers, there is no real-time data. Then how you are going to get the real-time data to the non-prod servers? Tell me any one way, guys.
From prod server, sir.
From prod servers.
How come from prod servers you are going to get the data to the non-prod servers?
You can take the backup of that
Very
particular
good,
table.
very
and,
good. Guys, if your phone is full, what you are going to do? You are going to delete some items, or you are going to move some items from your phone to laptop, right? Backup you are taking. Right, in the same way, if I want data to the non-prod servers, I'll take the backup of prod database, I'll restore it into the non-prod servers. That is called database refresh activity. This will be done weekly or monthly, regularly in the organization. This is called database refresh. Refresh means not right click refresh, guys. Okay, not right click refresh, not this refresh. Okay, refresh means taking the database refresh means taking the backup of production server and restoring it into the non-prod servers is called database refresh activity. Okay, so this we have to do regularly. Why? Because always developers needs a fresh data. So regularly we have to take the backup of production servers and restore it into the non-prod servers. So as a DBA, we are responsible for database refresh tasks. In case any backup is failed, restore is failed. We are going to look into it, why it was failed and all. Creating, scheduling the jobs, maintenance plans completed, right? Configuring high availability is very important. See how many stars are there, very important. You can see all those stars while practicing. Okay, so configuring high availabilities. What is this high availability? Last month, I guess most of you experienced it, right? WhatsApp is down for 1 hour. Anyone remember this, guys?
Yes, sir, I experienced it.
Yes. And last year, I guess not last year, 6 or 7 months back, WhatsApp is down for the whole night. Anyone remember that one? Night 11 o'clock to morning 6 or 7 o'clock, your WhatsApp is down. The whole night it was down. Right? So it's very important. See, WhatsApp is not working for 1 hour means how, what is the, what is the situation, guys? How we are going to deliver the messages and all? Very difficult, right? So yes, sometimes applications will be down. Sometimes applications will be down because of some other issues and all. Okay. So as a DBA, it's our responsibility to maintain the high availability. What is this high availability? High availability of the database. If you are maintaining high availability of the database, data will be highly available. The application should be, see, Amazon.com should be available for 24/7 by 365 days, guys. Means it should always available. How come? How come it should be always available, guys? Guys, can you be available with a single SIM? You people are managing, okay, 2 SIMs, right? Is it possible that can we available high? Can we like maintain high availability using a single SIM? No, right?
Not possible.
Not possible. Why? Because sometimes signal won't be there. Sometimes, okay, some other issues will be there, or sometimes you will be in a call with others. Right? So it's not at all possible. Okay, you cannot maintain high availability with a single SIM. What you are going to do? That's why we are all managing 2 SIMs. 2 SIMs means, of course, if one SIM there is no signal means you can use another SIM. If one SIM there is no balance means you can use another SIM. So like this it will be, your high availability will increase. In the same way, in the organization also, with a single server, with a single database server, I cannot make my application 24/7 by 365 days. The application won't be available 24/7 by 365 days with a single database server. Why? Because the server might be like down. Someone might restart that server. The server might be crashed. Or the location, the geographical location might having some natural calamities like tsunami, like cyclones. You cannot expect, right, what will happen the next second. So there is a chance that if you are managing your data in a single database server, there is a chance that lot of downtime will be there. You cannot be high available. The data cannot be highly available 24/7 by 365 days. So we are going to maintain data in 2 servers. One is in one location. 2 servers are not in single rack. 2 servers are not in single building. Why? Because if 2 servers are in single building, if earthquake comes, the whole building will be collapsed, the application will be down. 2 servers are not in same town or city. Why? Because if tsunami comes or any cyclone comes, the whole city is affected. You cannot maintain high availability. 2 servers geographically they are differentiated. If one server is in Mumbai data center or India data center, another server will be in UK data center or US data center. If one server is in India data center, another server will be in Singapore data center. Right? Why? Because geographically there is a distance between the locations. So not India and US will not be affected at a time because of cyclones, right? So if one site is down, another site will be there. That is called a disaster recovery, DR. Disaster recovery. If any disaster occurs, how you are going to recover your data, database, server. That is called your DR, guys. So we always maintain, if it is a critical application, sir, High availability is mandatory for all the applications? No, not mandatory. If it is a critical application, I said right, there are different types of applications, critical applications, non-critical applications. Critical applications means like your Amazon, WhatsApp, Facebook, Flipkart, IRCTC. If they are down, immediately they are going to be managed from another server, guys. Non-critical applications, it is not going to generate any revenue. Okay, naam ke vaste, it is there. Just exist as it is. No use of that application. We have to maintain the database. Those are non-critical applications. For non-critical applications, we don't need high availability. Even though if it is down for 1 hour, no issues will occur. No problem. No one will complain. So critical applications, we should maintain high availability, guys. Okay.
So, Sean, I have a quick question on this disaster recovery. If something happens, natural disaster, right?
Yes, yes.
So multipath failover, how long it takes to get the DR kicks in as a production server? Is there any time frame there based on the size of the company?
Yes. Yes. Not size of the company, depends on the application, depends on the solution that you choose. Okay. So we have deliveries, right? We have express delivery, we have a standard delivery. So depends upon the delivery you choose. If it is a standard delivery, that means that's not a critical product for you. You can wait for 2-3 days.
Mhm.
If it is an express delivery, it's very important for you, right? You cannot wait and you should get it as quickly as possible, right? In the same way, we have different types of high availability solutions here. Of course, I'm going to cover it. So these are different types of high availability solutions.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so we have log shipping is one high availability solution. We have mirroring is one high availability solution. Replication, clustering, always on. So it depends on the solution you choose. The failover time might increase or decrease. If it is log shipping, it will take time to failover, to recover. If it is a mirroring, it's a quick solution. If it is a replication, of course, quick. Clustering, it's also a quick solution. If the whole server is down, of course, I will explain about these HADR concepts, guys. High availability and disaster recovery. So, as I said, data, you have to maintain data in multiple servers, in different servers, in 2 servers. If one server is down, another server will be there to save you. Then, sir, the data should be same, right? Between the, see, for example, now I am buying the product, my data will goes to multiple servers. If one server is down, I am going to get my products delivered to my location. How come? The record is saved in another server also. Means same data should be stored in all the servers. The data should be same, but it is going to be stored in multiple servers. Why? If one server is down, if one location is down, another server is going to save us. Amazon people can't say, hey, my server is down. I know you paid 1 lakh rupees for the product. So I'm sorry, we cannot do anything. The records are deleted. We cannot give you the money back. If they say like that, what is your reaction, guys? Okay, it's very difficult, right? So that's why the records, the critical applications will have high availability. So high availability means data will be maintained in 2 servers. But always data can be pointed to, always the application can be pointed to one database server. What about other database server? How we are going to get the data to other database server? Using these solutions. You have to synchronize the data between the database servers. How we are going to synchronize? These are all different synchronization options. Log shipping, you will synchronize the data in a different way. Mirroring, you will synchronize the data in a different way. Replication, you will synchronize the data in a different way. Clustering, there is no synchronization. I'll tell you, it will work in a different concept. Always on, will synchronize the data in a different way. So these are all different synchronization techniques or different high availability techniques. Synchronization come high availability techniques. These are all automated. These are all what I can say automatic failures. If some of them are automatic, some of them are manual. I'll explain, guys. Nothing to worry. As this is the first class, I have to discuss all those things, guys. But nothing to worry. I'll explain everything. Okay, so don't worry at all. What is this failover and all? I'll explain everything. So sometimes if the server is down, automatically the application will be moved to the next server. That is called automatic failover. Sometimes we have to move it manually. That is called manual failover. So these are all different synchronization come DR solutions between the servers, guys. So high availabilities are very important. So you should be good in high availabilities, guys. I'm going to explain all these things. And of course, as a DBA, we have to fix the issues and all. In case of any troubleshooting issues are there, we have to, in case of any issues are there, you have to troubleshoot the issue. So that's the DBA responsibility. And tuning the SQL server. If server is slow, why it is slow? How can you make it fast? What is the problem? What is the root cause? You have to find it, and you have to make that query, okay, or make that application like running fast, quick, we can say. So if the application is slow, you have to make it fast, guys. If the query is slow, you have to fix the issues and you have to make the query running as quick as possible. You are getting the results as fast as possible, guys. So that we can achieve using tuning the SQL server. How to tune it and all, what ways we are going to use, everything will be covered under performance tuning at the end of the course, guys. This is the main responsibilities of the DBAs. Other than this, we have a lot of small responsibilities will be there, activities will be there, but these are main responsibilities of any DBA, guys. Any DBA, Oracle DBA, SQL DBA, any DBA, these are the main responsibilities. Are we good, guys? Any questions, any doubts, please? No questions? Guys, can you hear me?
No question, sir.
So
No
I have
question.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, I have one question.
Yes, please.
See, if you are told like two servers are there, one
Mhm.
server, if one server is goes down, another server will automatically come to online, right?
Yes.
Like it will act. But
Yes.
in case like both server will failure, means what is the other solution? Is
If
there
you
any other?
if you lost the whole phone, how can you be available? Tell me.
That's okay. I can understand that one.
That is, I got your question. Your question is valid. I'm not denying
Okay.
at all. But that's the very worst case. That if the
Okay.
both servers are down, you cannot do anything.
Oh.
Okay, why? Because we have
Mm.
primary server, secondary server. If primary is having problem, secondary will take care of it.
Yes,
So,
yes.
sir, I'll take 3 servers, and then someone will ask, sir, what if 3 servers are down? Right? At some
Okay.
point, why? Because that is like a 99.999, that is very least case. There is very least
Okay.
chance that both servers are down. If still it is down, we cannot do anything. Hands up.
We have provisions like we can add another server also, right?
No, yeah, we can add it. We can
Okay.
of course add it, but what if Joey will come and, hey, 3 servers, all 3 servers are down, what you will do, Shanmukh? What I can do?
Okay.
Okay, so yes, if I'm adding, keep on adding servers, no problem, you can keep on adding the servers. So, but the question will arise, right, what all servers are down? So that we cannot do anything.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Then you
Sir,
will
how
lock
many
the
We
ladder,
servers?
all
cannot do,
that,
we
right?
cannot do anything means we have to wait for it and we have to fix the issues. We cannot do anything, okay, chalo, my server is down, okay, I'll go to cafeteria, I'll have some tea and all. You have to come back and you have to fix it as early as possible. Depends upon the team. If it's a Windows issue, Windows team will fix it as early as possible. If it's a SQL DBA issue, SQL DBA has to fix it as early as possible.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Sir, how many servers can we maintain?
Depends on your requirement. See, the servers that are maintained by IRCTC is different than the servers that are maintained by a small application, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right. So it depends upon the how big the application is.
Okay. Sir.
If it is a small application, I can maintain 2 servers, or 1 server also I can maintain an application. Application doesn't need, I need 100 servers, 1000 servers. No, application depends upon the application criticality, depends upon the size of the application, servers will be there. If it's a small, you can maintain with a 2 servers, 3 servers, 10 servers. If it's a big application like IRCTC, hundreds of servers should be there.
Okay, sir.
Any other questions, guys? No questions, are we good? Chalo, now general discussion, okay? Duties and responsibilities of the DBS we just discussed. Course duration will be 2 months, guys. Maximum 2 months, okay? If I'm taking like classes like on Saturday, Sundays means don't think classes on Saturday, Sundays means I'll cover less or I'll miss some topics. Nothing, not at all. Since 5 or 6 years, I'm giving training, guys. Never subject wise, I don't compromise. Okay, so I love teaching, guys. I feel like I want to tell extra points and all. If I didn't tell extra point, again next class I'm going to cover it, but I don't want to like okay, close the batch as early as possible, nothing like that. Okay, so mostly up to 2 months it will take. 6 weekends is the stipulated time. It might increase 1 or 2 weekends. Okay, depends upon the situation and all. So up to 2 months course duration will be up to 2 months, and weekends we are going to cover. Saturday will cover 5 hours, morning and evening. Again, morning one batch, evening one batch, not like that. Morning will discuss something, evening will be second class. This is first class, right? Evening will be second class. Tomorrow morning third class, tomorrow evening fourth class. So it's not like morning one batch, evening a separate batch, not like that. So every weekend will cover almost 10 hours, with break will cover 9 hours. So like that we'll cover 6 weekends. 6 into 9, how much? 54, right? So extra 1 or 2 weekends I'll take the classes. So it will be like 60 to 65 hours of training I'm going to cover. Who can learn this course? Anyone can learn this course. Okay, if you are having at least a degree or diploma is also fine, perfectly fine. Lot of my students got the job with diploma, guys. If you want to enter into the software industry, diploma is a shortcut. With just a diploma also you can enter into the software industry later. While doing job, you can go for degree or PG and all. But yes, diploma is also fine. Any stream, any branch, any technology, nothing technical, non-technical, not at all an issue. Pharma students will come, bioscience students will come to the DBA, MBA students, MCA students, BCom students. There is no stream at all. If you are able to understand the software, you are eligible. They will ask you in the interview. Not everyone, some people, typical people will be there, typical interviews. How come you are a pharma student? How come you came into this side? That's okay. Tell them my brother is working in software industry, asked me to learn this course. Chalo, I tried it. I'm able to understand. So I just tried it and I got an opportunity. That's it. In my brother's company itself, I got an opportunity. Then I started my career. I just started structuring of my career. Okay, so nothing, guys. No one will ask you why you came to this database side. Your branch is different, right? Tell them this answer. Okay, so nothing like that. There is no separate stream or branch, technical, non-technical. Forget about, yes, 70% of my students are from non-technical only. I know. That's why this kind of spoon feeding is required for them. But today onwards, you are not a non-technical student. Technical students don't think they will do, okay, what is that, Brahmanda and all. Nothing. We'll just pass the subjects. That's it. Like how you are passing your exams. Technical, non-technical, there is no difference. Only difference is whether you are able to understand the subject or not. Okay, so forget about the technical and non-technical. Yes,
Sir,
any
is there any chance for distance education students who does
sorry,
have a degree?
sorry, who?
Is there any chance for distance education students like
Distance depends. Sometimes see, companies, guys, thousands of companies are there. Some companies are very particular about the degree, like TCS, Infosys and all. You should have minimum 60% like that. But a lot of these are only 1 or 2 clients or companies will have this kind of requirements. But lot of other companies are there. They might accept distance also. Okay, they need a degree. Some people need an open degree. Some people will need a regular degree. So not an issue, guys.
because I am facing the same issue from past 3 or 4 years.
No, Joy, I did not know. So okay, let me check. What happened to Joy. Joy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Hear
done.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Oh, yeah. So like, I have one question like about regarding to the storage, like in our environment, like we have like Exadata, NAS, and those kind of, if like we have a like, big data, databases. So how about here in MS SQL, what is the situation here? Like, how about the storage? devices?
See, storage, you can use a standard storage. Okay, you can use a normal standard disks, standard hard disks and all, you can use it. And of course you can use SDDs also. Okay, so storage wise you can use SAN storage and all, any particular storage you can use it. But how the storage is, the availability of the storage is very important. So again, storage also, different people will choose, different companies will choose different types of storage, depends upon the features that they are providing. Some people will use SAN storage, some people will use different software storages and all. Yes, there is no issue, but you can use a regular hard disks also.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So someone is asking, okay, open degree is also fine, but again, I cannot say that you will get lot of opportunities. But yes, some companies, they don't see your degree, they just need a degree, whether it is open or regular degree. They don't mind it, and it's not a mandatory, guys. Degree is mandatory. How you are going to admit that? That's your wish, but degree is mandatory. Degree means degree or diploma. Anything is mandatory. Sir, I did not pass the subject, so can I eligible? That's your wish. How you are going to manage? That's your wish. Right? Right. Fine. Any other questions, guys?
Like openings are compared to developers, what type of openings will be there for DBA side?
What type of opportunities?
It's like
Yes, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. So who can learn this course? Anyone can learn, as I said. How to practice, guys, everything will be recorded. Everything will be recorded, and we have one channel, our SQL DBA classes channel is there. Okay. So go to YouTube and type SQL DBA classes. SQL DBA classes. Ours is the first one. Okay, in the results you will get one ad and all, then our channel will be there. You can see with 3 black servers. Go to this channel. This is very important. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Go to playlists. Go to playlists. There you can see this is batch 46 playlist, batch 45 playlist, batch 44 playlist, batch 43, 42, 41. So playlist you can see batch 39 and all. So a lot of playlists will be there. Don't think I'm going to upload all the videos. I'll create a separate playlist called batch 47. Ours is batch 47. The current batch is batch 47. Today itself I'll create a separate playlist and I'm going to upload some videos. Okay, some videos to our channel in this batch 47 playlist. Subscribe to the channel so that you will get an update once I uploaded the videos, and you can start practicing. First 5 to 10 classes I'll upload in the YouTube, guys. Later I'll directly share those recordings with you to your Gmail ID. Okay, later I'll directly share those recordings with your Gmail ID. So lifelong access will be there to the recordings, nothing to worry. So go to the recordings, use the recordings to practice, guys. Listen it one more time, and once you are confident, guys, how many times you are practicing, that many times you will get, that much content you will get, guys. Okay, practice is very important. You are going to try as a 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years DBA. Yes, up to 6 years also you can keep, but I'll suggest you to go with up to 5 years, guys. Okay, so when you can open the mouth in interview means if you are practicing 10 times, 20 times of the topics, guys. Each topic at least 10-20 times. If you practice, automatically you will get the confidence, guys. Believe me, at least 5 times you have to practice. If you want to crack the interviews and all, at least 5 times you have to practice whatever we are discussing in the organization. Okay, not more than that. Whatever we are discussing, the same things you are going to do in the organization, guys. Everything is real time only, you can see. Okay, so you are not going to perform more than those topics and all. Whatever we are discussing, the same topics, same things, same way you are going to do it in the organization also. Okay, so practice is very, very important. So you people are like 30 years, 35 years, no need to like take a class for you guys. You are not a freshers, you know how like you came from different sectors. Some people came from marketing executive, some people from banking jobs and all, some other jobs. You know the difficulty in those jobs, struggling for 9 hours a day, getting less salary. Yes, struggle for 2 hours a day, get more salary here. Just practice for 2 hours a day, guys. 2-3 hours a day. Sir, how what will be there to practice 2 hours, 3 hours? Practice as much as you can. Every time you learn new things. First time you practice, you can just understand. Second time you can just dig into it. Third time you will get a knowledge. Fourth time you will become a okay, an expert in that particular. Fifth time trying to explore the things. So keep on practicing, guys. Try to prepare your own notes. Of course, I'll provide the notes, no doubt at all, but try to prepare your own notes. Notes preparation is the best method to learn any technology, anything. Try to prepare your own notes, guys. It will give you interest. Yes, while practicing, you're getting sleep. Try to note down each and every point. How come you're going to get the sleep? Notes preparation, organizing the things in a better way is very, very important, guys. Create a folder, SQL DBA classes, separate folder for videos, separate folder for notes, separate folder for your explorations in the Google. Okay, my sir said like this. Okay, let's learn extra on this in the Google or YouTube. Okay, so practice, guys. If you want a handful of salary, means you should practice. Sir, my friend got job without knowing the subject. Yes, because of corona that is possible, but don't expect the same thing will happen to you as well. Tomorrow you cannot expect. Okay, so yes, 2 years work from home, enjoy. Okay, but not sure tomorrow they might ask you to come to office. How you are going to perform your duties without having subject? So it is very important. Okay, so practice is and all very important, and this is how you have to practice, guys. Lab setup prerequisites. I am going to use Oracle VirtualBox software, guys. I'll show you in the evening class how to install the software and all, then how to how to install the software, how to work with this software. Okay, this is used to create the servers. Using this software we can create the servers, guys. So complete real-time setup we are going to have. So laptop should be, the laptop configuration should be like this. Okay, so you should have minimum 8 to 12 GB RAM, minimum 8 to 12 GB RAM. Laptop you should have minimum 8 to 12 GB. Initially 4 GB is fine for the first 1 month or 3-4 weekends. 4 GB is fine. Later you can extend the RAM. So extending the RAM, it don't take much time and much money. So hardly 1000 rupees or 2000 rupees you can buy extra RAM. You can add it to your laptop, existing laptop and all. Okay, it will be like 1000 rupees, 2000 rupees, or $15 to $20 or $30 it will be max. So you can extend the RAM, guys. It's very important, then only you can practice. Sir, I have only 4 GB, I don't want to extend the RAM, can I practice? Yes, you can practice, but real time you are going to miss it. You can practice all the topics, most of the topics you can practice with 4 GB also, but real time setup and all you are going to miss it, guys. Okay, so make sure you have this much of earlier. Initially 4 GB RAM is enough, but after 3-4 weekends, guys, you should have minimum 8 to 12 GB. 16 GB is also fine, guys. Okay, so this is the prerequisite. Laptop you should have to practice. Or can I practice in phone? Tell me, guys, can I practice it in phone? Not possible. Okay, so don't dare that. Okay, softwares and notes I'm going to provide. Softwares and notes I'm going to provide, guys. I'll give you the software links. You can download the software links and all. Notes depends on topic. Each topic, once the topic is completed, or sometimes before the topic itself, I'm going to share the notes with you guys to your Gmail ID. We are going to use Zoom software only across the like throughout the whole course. We'll use Zoom softwares only, which is a licensed version, so it won't be disconnected automatically. Okay, fine. Doubts and exercises, you can stop me at any time, you can ask me. Okay, so you can stop me at any time. It's not like keeping the doubt in your mind and later after at the end of the class if you ask, means you will forget, or you cannot concentrate on the current concept and all. So you can stop me at any time, you can unmute, you can ask the questions, and you can be muted. So I'm going to explain the doubts, guys, nothing to worry. Exercises, I'm very strict about the exercise, guys. Exercises are nothing but those are interview questions. I'm going to give you some interview questions as an exercise. If you miss, means you are going to miss that interview question, you are going to lose. Okay, so don't miss the exercise and all, guys, very important. Of course, you might be like having 35 years, 40 years. Some of my students last batch, I guess 43 years. Okay, you don't believe she got the job. 43 years, do you believe? 43 years, 45 years, 48 years. what they will do after coming to the, like at that age, coming to the IT, what they are going to do. But yes, if you have that interest, if you have that dedication, age is not a factor. Sir, 30 years still not married, no problem at all. Once you got the job, guys.
As a
Yes,
sir,
yes.
as a fresher, he got the job.
As a fresher, less opportunities will be there. But guys, I'm not saying fresher don't get the job. Yes, if you are good in one technology, fresher will do these mistakes, guys. I'll explain about freshers. They will keep on roaming between the technologies. Don't do that. Please fix one technology. Try to like struggle on the technology only. If you keep on, okay, my sir said this technology is good, okay, you learn the technology for next 2 months. Then your friend will say something, you learn the technology. Then your brother will say something, then your father will say something, then your brother-in-law will say something, your girlfriend will say something. Don't change the technologies. That is the biggest mistake done by the freshers.
Then what about BGC, sir? BGB?
BGV is different. See, that's what I said. You are going to try as a fresher only. But if you want to try 1 year, 2 years, that we can, like, there are a lot of consultancies, they can manage the things. Okay. So I'll explain how it will work and all. Don't worry. In the evening class, I'll explain, as it is already 9:30. I'll explain the evening class how the things will work. Okay, what is background verification, how it will work, how to put this fake consultancy and all. I'll explain, guys. Nothing to worry.
Yeah, even I have more questions, Amok, so I will ask in the evening.
No problem. You can ask in the evening. No issues at all. Any questions related to the subject, okay, non-subject and all, you can ask, guys. Don't ask why BJP won in the Gujarat elections. Okay. So
No.
technical questions. Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. So nothing to worry, guys. I'm going to explain each and everything. Okay. Fine. So doubts exercise are very important. Yeah. The thing is, even though you are a 35 years old or 40 years old, you are a student to me. Okay, you have to follow my instructions until the course is completed. I am very strict about it. Boy or girl, okay, small or big, anything. Okay, you are my student. You have to follow my instructions. Okay, fine. So I'm going to give you exercise and all, you have to complete the exercise. Speaker series, sometimes people will come from like HR department, from managers, team leads, previous batch students, those who got the job. So they are going to tell their experiences, how they cracked the interviews, what precautions you have to take. Okay, how managers are going to scrutiny the resume, how they are going to shortlist the resume, how HRs are going to shortlist the resume. So everything they are going to explain, guys. These are optional. I'll try to invite speakers, but depends upon their availability and all. They are going to come, guys. Okay, but I'll try to give as much as I can, guys. I'll try to interact. I'll try to create some interactive sessions with other experts also. Okay. Speaker series, Azure SQL DBA. What next to the SQL DBA is Azure SQL DBA. So yes, you can. It will be good that if you learn Azure SQL DBA also. Now Azure SQL DBA is not part of the SQL DBA course, but yes, if you want Azure SQL DBA after this course, I'll start Azure SQL DBA also. If you want, you can continue. But this is SQL DBA. Okay, 2 months it will be there. After the SQL DBA, Azure SQL DBA will be there, but Azure SQL DBA is not part of this course. Okay, so that is different. If you want, there is a separate pricing and also that will be discussed once this course is completed, not now. Fine. So job preparation, what we have to do after the course. What happened, Joy? Hello, I can't speak up. What happened, Joy? Can you hear me? Not sure. Okay, so all these things I'm going to explain in the evening session, guys. How to prepare for the jobs, what we have to do after the course, how to get the job, how to build the career after getting the job. So all these things we'll discuss, and what will be the packages and all. Okay, so how to try, everything I'm going to discuss in the evening session. Okay, it's already 9:35, right? So now that's it for now. If you have any questions, you can ask me, guys. Otherwise, we are going to wrap up for now. We'll connect in the evening. Asking about recording, I just I'll try to upload as early as possible, Joy. Okay, so
Sir, I am audible?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Yes, sir. What is the time of evening?
Same, 7 to 9:30 p.m. Morning 7 to 9:30 a.m. Evening 7 to 9:30 p.m.
Oh, how much time?
7 to 9:30 p.m., sir.
Okay. Okay, 7 to 9. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank,
yeah.
thank you, sir.
Yeah,
I am
no
asking.
problem, no problem. Joy, I'll try to upload within 4-5 hours. Why? Because once this recording is completed, it has to process. Then once I upload it, it's a big file, right? 2.5 hours file, right? So it will take some time to upload, and then hardly it will take 4 to 5 hours. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Always welcome. Ask your friends and all what questions you have to ask. Get some questions. I'll try to clear as early as possible, as much as I can. If I miss any question, you just ask me. I'm going to clear the doubts and all. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, guys. Okay. So that's it for now. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Use the same meeting link to join in the evening. Okay. Evening class will start at 7 p.m. guys. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Most.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.